All right, welcome to Masala Chai with Dr. Aunties. Again, I'm Nithya Natrajan. I am a fourth trimester doc, family physician, and mom of 3 boys. And this is Sonal. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, I'm Sonal Patel. I am a pediatrician and a mom of 4 boys, and welcome. And today we're actually going to be talking about baby wearing, the good, the bad, the benefits, and then how it's become now. When we used to see in our culture, and I think you guys all are, like, particularly if you're tuning in from Masala Aunties, you know this is a reference to the South Asian culture, is we used to see that with our guys and our mommies, and they were just baby wearing, and then you just kind of put it on, and now it's a trend here in the United States. Yeah. So
and I think it's actually a good trend, right? I think it promotes more responsiveness. I think it promotes bonding. It promotes oxytocin release. So I love oxytocin, guys. You're going to probably learn this at some point. But, it promotes oxytocin. So all that bonding and love between mom and baby, and the parent and baby. I just love baby wearing in general. But yeah, it's definitely become a trend here. And I think that, I think one thing to keep in mind, there are things that to consider for safety as well when you're baby wearing. So you want to make sure you're baby wearing appropriately. If you're not sure how to do that, please ask for help or look for help with it. And also make sure that the carrier you're using is appropriate for your baby's age and size. But yeah, I'm super excited. So what are your thoughts on how do you feel like this baby wearing trend is changing things?
No, I totally agree with you. The benefits are huge. I just laugh because it's like something that we see in our culture, and then gets westernized, and now it's a thing, right?
Right.
The one thing it did is save me from those big stroller things, because with our first baby, we brought the whole contraption, right? We brought the car seat and the stroller, and then we thought, like, I would go into the airports, or at this time when you're traveling, or you'd go to the park, that you'd feel like you would stroll them, and you'd be like having a latte in one hand, and you'd be like, yay, I'm free. And it was never like that. Like, half the time the baby wanted to be with you, and I baby wore. And then I realized that then thereafter, he wanted to be next to me and baby wearing up to like 6 months before they can kind of see the world and stuff like that. And then at that time, it was, you could buy a $19 or $25 umbrella stroller instead. Right. And so after the first one, we literally did not buy any more of the whole systems. And we were just, because I was just like, I'm going to just baby wear this child. Right. So that was one thing. I was like, okay. And I'm really frightened with the big wraps that they have, that they don't have any directions. I had one, I think, called the Snooze. I don't remember the name. It's been like 6 years since I baby wore, but I'll put the picture up. But I really liked that because it was all cloth, but it had a link in the back, and it kind of just showed Baby Katana. That's what it's called. That was my favorite. It was Baby Katana, because the big old wraps really scared me, but I love my Baby Katana.
So with my little babies, so once they're big enough to do it, so usually you want to wait till like they're at least 7 or 8 pounds before you try this. But I would do the ring sling when they were little, just because I could adjust it easier and I could hold them tighter to my body. I honestly, I never tried the wraps like the Katana. I just felt like they looked uncomfortable to me at the time when I first had babies. But the ring sling, if you use it correctly, is actually like quite secure. And I always still kept a hand on my babies when they were in that. And then after that, I would go up to like a soft structured carrier around 3 months. So those are the ones that have like all the buckles and the straps and everything. And I really like, there's one that's, I think it's only like $25 or $30. I think it's called the Infantino. So that's the one we used when they're little. And then I moved them up to a Tula when they get bigger, because that's more like ergonomically good for my body type. But I think the point here is there's like tons of different types of baby carriers. And if you're going to use it, make sure you're using it safely, and, kind of look at reliable resources on how to use them. But yeah, there's great options.
We actually have a shop here. It's called Mama Motherhood, where you can actually go and try on the different wraps.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so they let you try it on. They let you make sure you're comfortable with it. And I thought that was a really neat service to go and be like, okay, how do you actually appropriately do it? And then which one would work for me and all of that stuff. But I actually liked it too, because then your husband or your partner or someone else. Like, I mean, as an aunt, I baby carried all my nieces and nephews as well, just because it was so natural to do that. It gives moms breaks also. It'd be like, no, I can do this for now. But it was, So baby wearing, I think, Dr. Aunties, thumbs up, right? Thumbs up. Yeah, for sure. And definitely check out local places. Maybe at some place they offer it for you.
Well, one of my friends is a baby-wearing educator here. So she has a lending library, and she'll kind of help you work through the options as well. So there are definitely options in Columbia and South Carolina for this. I think they're kind of all over. So you'll definitely be able to find someone to help you with this, I think, especially with how big of a trend it's become.
Right. And like, again, I thought it was very cost effective. And I mean, we didn't, umbrella strollers like $25. It's just like, I don't have to buy those big old contraptions anymore.
It's like, I don't think I've used anything except baby wearing and umbrella strollers since becoming more experienced. We used that big old clunky stroller a lot with our first baby. And now I'm like, I don't even know how I would handle that with 3 boys. Like my boys would be in the road while I was trying to put it in the car, right?
Right, exactly. And you're just like, wait, what? Even like with airports and stuff, they make you take the baby off, and then like you're just like,
It's just easier. It just makes life easier in so many ways.
Yeah, it becomes like a secondary thing. Wait, what?
Oh, I was saying, and your baby cries less usually. Well, my baby's always cried less if I wore them. My second baby like never cried because I was always chasing our oldest with him in the carrier, and he was just like asleep in there most of the time, or like hanging out looking around. So.
Yeah, I caught my nanny baby carrying my baby once, and he was totally sleeping, and she was just lunging. I was like, that's a good idea. So she used his weight to lunge. She was like, yeah, she's just sleeping, but I'm just gonna lunge. I'm like, okay. She was doing squats and doing her workout well. I was like, that's great.
That's too funny.
So, anyways, okay. So that's a wrap for today's episode. So baby carrying, thumbs up, and find someone local. Reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you, guys.